Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Ba'akadosh, Barakathon to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Aquaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of the prophecy updates as of February the 27th, 2025 on this Thursday night. And this is a news article from the Jerusalem Post as of February the 27th, 2025 by Reuters. And, as we've been seeing, the rising tensions been heating up between North Korea, North Korea versus South Korea, Japan, and the United States over there in the Korean Peninsula. As I want to make a side note to that, and it says North Korea says to launch a strategic cruise missile to test nuclear deterrence. The Yonhap says North Korea says it has launched a strategic cruise missile to demonstrate the reliability on its nuclear deterrence, the Yonhap News report on Friday. This is Joel. It's the prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. It says, beat your plowshares and swords and plenty hooks and spears, let the weak say I'm strong. Right, so North Korea building up their nuclear capability, firing off their missiles on their increasing nuclear capability and increasing preparedness of their having the rising tensions that they have against South Korea, Japan, and the United States. As North Korea recently just launched a cruise missiles and demonstrations to building up their nuclear deterrence against South Korea, Japan, and the United States, as rising tensions have been heating up over there in the Korean Peninsula between North Korea versus South Korea, Japan, and the United States, like I mentioned before. It says the UK counter terrorism police detained a former Bristol lecturer for attending Nasrallah's funeral. It says the IDF strikes Lebanon after observing activities in Hezbollah outposts. Because we've been seeing rising tensions heating up throughout that region, especially the southern Lebanon border, in between the borders of Syria and Lebanon, and between the borders of Lebanon as well too. I had a side note to that. It says the IDF strikes Lebanon. The IDF strikes Lebanon after observing activities in Hezbollah outposts, as Israeli Air Force airstrikes targets in southern Lebanon. After the IDF said it observed activities in the Hezbollah military outposts in the area, the Israeli military had said on Thursday. It's the book of Luke. It's the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs of the sun and the moon and the stars upon the earth. Discretion of nations will perplex and siege much more. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 9, verse 3. 2nd Esdras 9, verse 3. Therefore, there shall be seen earthquakes up amongst people in the world. Right, so increasing earthquakes is up amongst people in the world. This is 2nd Esdras 15, verse 15. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people should stand and fight against another with swords in hands, right? The resistance of the Palestinians and Hamas and the pro-Iran groups going against the Israel Defense Force of a cross-border conflict be heating up throughout Lebanon and the borders of Israel as well too. 2nd Esdras 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor their princes in the course of action stand in power. Right, citizens rising against their leaders of power in the course of action stand in power. It says, ELAI flight to New York diverted to Paris for unknown reasons. The IDF throttled drug smuggling attempts between Egypt and Israel. The POM says not receiving the IDF October 7 probes demanding that they will be handed over. The alternium rises worldwide. Fewer nations meet modern standards. New index reveals. It says Turkey open to provide peacekeeping forces in Ukraine. The Bloomberg News reports. It says Russia-U.S. talks concluded in Istanbul. The TASS reports. It says Putin says Russia must step up its counterintelligence efforts to face of cyber attacks. It says a woman set on fire in Bat Yam incident under investigation. It says Qatar condemns Israel airstrikes on Syria. Man shot twice in the suspected assassination attempt at Kiryat Ham. It's the book of Luke 21, verse 25, which I brought out already. Bring it again for edification's sake. This is the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars upon the earth. Distress of nations will perplex and siege one. Right, the increase in distress of nations will perplex and siege one, which we see. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, so we're seeing an increase in wars and rumors of wars, and that's what we're seeing. Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes and diverse places. Right, increasing build up wars and rumors of wars, and increasing nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And there increasing going to be famines and pestilence and earthquakes and diverse places on top of that as well too. That's what we see in our world today. It says Sudan faces an endless war. War ends. UN reports. Israel says to have safety restrictions at Al-Aqsa on Ramadan. And I'm surprised Ramadan is kind of starts so early, you know, because I guess because that early Groundhog's Day or early spring, you know, was just kind of strange because normally they have Ramadan like in April, like late March or early April. I'm surprised Ramadan is kind of real early in the year, you know. It says Israel car ramming attack wounds 13 people at bus stop. And it reads from the ArabNews.com as of February 27, 2025. It reads, it says Israel car ramming attack wounds 13 people. I believe there was a stabbing attack along with that as well too. It says 13 people, including a police officers, was wounded. Israel first responders treated injured people at the site of the incident. It says the Israeli police said a pedestrian a Palestinian man rammed into a car into a bus stop north of the country on Thursday, wounding 13 civilians. It says in the incident they were treated as an attack. It says at 16:17 today, the Israel Police Emergency Dispatch received reports of ramming attack in the Karaka Junction, where a vehicle struck multiple civilians waiting at a bus stop. Police said in a statement. The Israeli first responders, Megan David Adam, said in a team treatment injury people at the site of the of the incident, including a 17-year-old girl who was in critical condition. He said police said 13 people, including a police officer, were wounded, that two of them were seriously injured. The suspected, a 53-year-old Palestinian from Jenin area who was residing in the Israel unlawfully with his family, the police statement said. The circumstances of the presence in Israel under investigation. The police said, adding that the preliminary findings indicated that delivery targeted civilians waiting at bus stops. Israel militants launched earlier this year a major offense in the north of the occupied West Bank, deploying tanks into areas for the first time in 20 years. It says, dubbing the Iron Wall by the Israeli military. The operations came day after a ceasefire took effect in Gaza. The raids has spanned multiple refugees camps near the cities of Jenin, the Talkorim, and the Talbas. Military operations are commonplace in Jenin's refuge camps, bastion of Palestine militancy. Matthews 24, verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars, rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Matthews 24, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation. Right, the Palestinians going against the Israeli Defense Force, going against the Israeli citizens. Yeah, for nation shall rise against nation goes into ethnos. That's what we're saying. But nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Once again, getting to that second address and verse 3. This is a second address and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars, people world. This is a second address 13, verse 31. It says that one shall overtake the fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one against one realm. And it says against another and against a realm against another. Right, that's seditions among nations, modern day nations against modern day nations, modern day kingdoms against modern day kingdoms, which is going to be an increasing uptick of seditions and uprisings and the uproars people were. It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, verse 8. It says, in a time to love, in a time of HATE, in a time of war, in a time of peace. Right, these are the times we're living in. Time of HATE, time of war, and time of peace, and time of love on top of that as well, too. It says more than 1,000 Syrians died in an airport prison under Assad, reports say. It says Ocalan calls for a PKK to drop weapons to be dissolved. Libya's Haftar meets President Markey in Paris. It says residents of South Syria fears Israeli escalations after strikes. It says Israeli army's airstrike hits military targets in southern Syria. They say Turkish pro-Kurdish parties tease a historical news for PKK leader. It says a measles outbreak in Ontario grows more than 140 cases. Right, just like over there in Texas as well too. It says North Korea fires cruise missiles as leaders can order for war preparation. Right, it's that Joel 3, verse 9, which I read the news article. Yeah, this is a news article from RFA staff as of February 27, 2025. It reads, it says North Korea fires cruise missiles at leaders as leader Kim Jong-un ordered war preparation. That Kim Jong-un oversaw the test of two missiles hitting at their nuclear capability. It says North Korea launched a strategic cruise missiles off its west coast this week. State media says on Friday at a test supervised by leader Kim Jong-un, who calls on the military to be prepared for war. It says it fired two cruise missiles on Wednesday, both flying just over 1,500 kilometers and 1,000 miles in 2 hours and 12 minutes. The North Wadom Sun Num report, if I pronounced that right. It says North Korea's description of the missiles as strategic implies they have the ability to carry nuclear warheads, according to South Korea's Younghan news agency. The launch to inform adversaries who severely threatens the security environment of the DPRK, and those adversaries is Japan, South Korea, and the United States. As I add a side note to that, and escalation confrontation tensions about the retaliatory capabilities of Korea's people armies in the space and readiness of its various nuclear operations, meaning Rodom Sin Moon says. Democratic Republic of Korea, or the DPRK, is the North official's name. Kim expressed satisfaction over the drills, North Korean Central News Agency's reported. What is the guarantee by powering strikes ability is the most perfect deterrence and defense capacity, Kim said, adding that the nuclear and armed forces has a responsibility to defend the country with a reliable nuclear shield by getting more through the battle and readiness of nuclear force and full preparedness for their use. It says South Korea's Joint Chief of Staff said it was keeping a close eye on North Korea's the U.S. ally. Our military is closely monitoring various North Korean activities under the form of South Korea U.S. combination defense posture so that North Korea does not misjudge the current security situation, the South Korean military says in a statement to media. Ecclesiasticus 3 verse 8, in a time of love, in a time of HATE, in a time of war, in a time of peace. This is Matthew 24 verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Matthew 24 verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in various places. Right, so those rising tensions over there in Korean Peninsula between North Korea versus South Korea, Japan, and the United States. Those are signs of wars and rumors of wars. And nation against nation, right, just like North Korea versus South Korea, Russia versus Ukraine, Iran versus Israel. Those are signs of nation against nation. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. It's the book of Revelations 11 verse 14. The second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. Why so Armageddon, got one. So the second will disgrace came to pass, and the third will disgrace coming quickly. Armageddon, got one. That's what it says. This is the prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right, so this is continually being proclaimed among the Gentiles, which is the armies of the nations, as we're seeing nuclear escalations are heating up between the nations, and we're seeing nuclear escalations are heating up over there in Western Asia as well too. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. The prophet Joel 3 verse 10. Beat your plowshares and the swords and the plenty hooks at the spears and let the weak stand strong. Right, let the weak stand strong. These arms of nations are in that warlike mindset. So the second will pass, behold, third will coming quickly. And that's what we see. So with that, hopefully this prophecy updates. Hopefully this sit down. That's what's edifying of the prophecy updates as of February the 27th, 2025 on this Thursday night. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Kakadash, Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Akwaf. Until next time, I will say Shalom.